This week, Minions: The Rise of Gru, the latest animated feature in the Despicable Me series, though they almost made this one live action. Isn't that right, Tracy Morgan?
I look like a minion!
And let's see, Lightyear, that's still in theaters. Do we have a picture for Lightyear? Yes, I think we do. Do we not? We don't? We do. We don't. We don't? How do we not have a photo for that?
Here, I think we have a clip. Lightyear's still in theaters.
Play it again, because I don't care what else I have to play. That's
Lightyear's still in theaters.
Disney.
All right. Basically, Pixar's marketing with Lightyear is very deliberate because calling it Buzz would only bring in the 420 crowd, while releasing Woody means the film comes pre-packaged already with the foreign parody title. And currently streaming on Netflix, we have Spiderhead. There it is.
Spiderhead.
Yeah, it's a science fiction film about prisoners taking experimental drugs, but it might as well be a Marvel movie because it has Thor.
That's true.
It has Dr. Manhattan. Do we have a photo of Dr. Manhattan? Let's see. Or not Dr. Manhattan. Mr. Fantastic. By the way, I can't look at a picture of Mr. Fantastic without thinking of Norm Macdonald. But
and I'll be Mr.
I
Fantastic.
remember that great comedy. There he is. That great comedy bit, yeah, where the Fantastic Four is coming up with their name. Let's see. You light yourself on fire, so you're the Human Torch.
You're the Human Torch.
You turn invisible, so you're the Invisible Girl.
Hey, the Invisible Girl.
You're the whole bunch of rock creatures. We're just going to call you the Thing. And anyway, I stretch real far. I'm Mr. Fantastic. Anyway, and the four other go, wait a sec. You're Mr. Fantastic? That's not fair. Anyway, so with those two involved, this the title alone sounds like it's something Kevin Feige came up with in a deal with David Lynch.
For Kevin Feige, I call it Spiderhead. Huh? How about that? Yes. And in today's forecast, clear skies with a chance of Monday movie nonsense.
Yes, and
it ends with a big explosion.
That's great. There's no explosion we're aping there. It's just we're blowing up the kids. We're about to have a miracle moment.
Close up.
Oh, this is what
I was quite taken by E.T. We'll get to that. Spiderhead!
This is what I was supposed to be showing you before.
Now,
everyone realizes, of course, that this show doesn't go up because it's done. It goes up because it's 3 o'clock. So
the show isn't finished, it's taken away.
Exactly. We would have all of these things set to go if we knew.
Look at all the time you put in on that, Paul. I feel bad that I didn't get to that punchline there. Look at that massive composition here.
Yeah, I've not seen it in a while, but does E.T. explode? Yeah, this is the question I was asking.
Special edition.
But special edition, yeah. Check special edition. So, yes, Kieran Lagabiru to everybody. Yes, it's Kieran Lagabiru time.
Disney.
And
Disney.
Kieran Lagerbeer to you, everybody. That's the best.
Gulping,
I like the new one.
Yeah, they put the gulping in. Yes.
And a Karen Lager beer to you.
Oh my gosh!
Wait, I should describe what this is.
We have Kieran Lagerbeer shoutouts.
Shelby Gray is a fine avid listener of our show, and she can never see it live. So she's like, I can't text in, I can't watch it later, so I can't be a part of it. I said, well, send us some videos, we'll make you a part of it.
Oh my gosh!
Isn't that right, Shelby?
Paul coming in again with the facts.
There you go.
Thank you, Shelby. That's wonderful. Oh my gosh, that is great.
So she'll be a part of the show here now. And Maddie, who we met, I could put a face to the name now. We met him at Star Wars
yes,
Celebration.
I know. Face to the name now. Maddie Gunner.
Wait a minute, and she made it. Hey, I played her clip, and she made it after all.
Oh my gosh.
Must have got fired from whatever job it was. That
Oh no.
No, it's great. No, good. You need to be here at the show, not at some stupid job.
Kieran Lagerbiro to you, Shelby.
And a Karen Lager beer to you.
I love it. I love it.
Well, this is our show, Movie Nonsense, and
yeah, that's all it is.
Yeah, that's it. We're done. Good night. It really is this.
This is reality, Greg.
We'll just repeat this over and over again. This is what we do every Monday at 3 o'clock. If you know the movie guys at all from our previous podcasts or from the Ford Fiesta or the Movie Trivia Schmodown, whatever it is we're doing, live shows that we did once upon a day, it's all nonsense. So we're happy to do it here, and we'd happy to get more eyeballs on it. So if you know anyone who would like our stuff, please tell them about the show at the Movie Guys everywhere we have social media, or just direct them to themovieguys.net where every show is archived. And, you can find us pretty much everywhere out there on the internet. That's Ask Jeeves, right? Alta Vista, is that where they
definitely find it there?
Juno, something, is there a Juno? Does that, anywhere on the internet.
Dog.
We all live in the age of information. Every trace of our existence is computerized. Everything about us is encoded somewhere on a complex network of information.
Computers your life, aren't they?
Yes. Perfect hiding place.
That's us. We're hiding over here in our corner of the internet doing this show. So what's coming up on the show today? Man, we're going to talk about movies. We're going to talk about our super Hollywood weekends that we both had.
Crazy.
Super Hollywoody, ironically not in Hollywood.
Yeah.
And then ranking our favorite rides at Disneyland. You haven't done that yet. You didn't do that without me, did you, Adam?
No. And I didn't get a chance to pull the pictures or whatever from that, too. Or our footage we might have taken. I forgot whether we shot anything on that trip. I was too busy prepping clips of John Williams.
Yes, I have some pics. I'll just yank them out of here and see if I can put them up there while we're doing other stuff. So, yeah, do we want to what to do first? There's so much.
Paul, what do you got on the sheet there? Well, okay. Do we do our journalistic duty and say what's coming out this week?
I just did.
Well,
what's coming out in theaters?
Okay, Rise of Gru.
I thought you meant what's coming up on the show. I thought you meant what's coming up on the show. Sorry.
No. You did a very good job there. But usually we lead with what's out in theaters this week, and then we go into what we saw this week. I'm a little boring, except very exciting because I saw Jurassic Park and E.T., but very special versions of them.
Yeah, well, that's true. So, I mean, I saw stuff that didn't come out this week as well, but I did see some stuff that did come out. But here's what, I don't know, I know you talked about the Black Phone. I'll tell you, I saw it. And
I'm very excited about it. So you saw it. Yes.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Oh,
it's awesome.
So exciting.
Scott Derrickson.
What a reliable brand, huh?
And I never saw Sinister, but Blumhouse, the brand that I'm sure you're referring to, delivers again as he does with his.
Here's the premise: guy in a room.
Yeah.
How much did that cost?
Yeah, exactly. And can the director have as much say as possible over the final edit? That part I think is crucial as well. You know me, I love a director-driven movie, and so.
Who is driving? Bear is driving.
Bear's driving. Ethan Hawke is driving. He's great in this. Is there a more reliable 30-year for sure thing if you want your story to be told well actor than Ethan Hawke? Just stick him in your thing. Whether it's the recent Moon Knight, I don't even know what the hell happened in that show, but he was great. Go back to Explorers, Training Day, Boyhood, everything in between. The guy's awesome, and he's great in this too. He plays the real creepy character.
Yeah.
He plays a character named the Grabber. And the Grabber
amazing.
Steals kids, sticks them in a van, and puts them in a soundproof room, and he kills them. Like, this is heavy subject matter, especially with the time we're dealing with kids and everything. But he's telling a child killer movie because it makes for fantastic tension, And Ethan is a great mix of unstable and downright creepy. Ooh. So he's
love that mask. Love the poster.
The two kids are the movie, though. Mason Thames, I think his name is.
Okay.
And I forget the girl's name. But they're brother and sister, and they're fantastic. The kid, I meant to bring a picture of the kid. He looks... we are unprepared to do this show. And by we, I mean me. But we have, also... wait a minute, where'd that come?
This is reality, Greg.
Gattaca, also good in Gattaca. You name it. Ethan Hawke's great.
And he never had to have a Hawk-assance either. He's like consistently, like there's other ones where you go, oh, there's a big like a Nicolas Cage-assance right now going on. McConaughey, big dead period, and then the McConaughey-assance.
Right.
He never needed any Hawk-assance.
No.
He's always just consistently like, yeah, that I love that Sinister. Oh, that movie is great. You got to see that. That's really good.
Yeah, well, it's everybody from that back again. Robert Cargill and Scott Derrickson writing the script and Derrickson producing, and of course the Hawk in the lead. So it's all familiar faces from that. If you liked it, you like this. And basically, you buy into the premise of the kid's in a soundproof room where he's been captured, and it seems like he's going to be killed eventually. But there's a phone in there, and it's not attached to any cord, yet it rings, and the voices on the other end help him. And so it's a interesting sort of type. But the best part is you watch a lot of different things happening. What does this all mean? Be patient. In the end, totally adds up and is very, very satisfying because it does add up. And and I think you're right. That is going to be a Halloween Mask later this year.
Oh God, yeah.
And that Halloween Mask, I believe, Tom Savini made.
Did he for the Black Phone?
I read a headline about that. I didn't look too deep into it, but I'm pretty sure.
But man, getting a good mask, that is just half the fun in a killer movie. Obviously you got Jason, you got Michael Myers. Some of that. Oh my God. And he's got the glasses that the dude has in Halloween when he dresses up like the ghost, like that big block glasses. And that's absolutely a choice, because it's like, it's the glasses over a mask or over some sort of visage. And that is like when I was a kid, my grandparents got cable in 1979, and the first cable guy that came opened it, and there was Halloween, and there was the ghost with the glasses on. That stuck in my head. I mean, I probably would be, 10 years before I'd see Halloween, but every time I heard about Halloween, I was like, I must see the movie that this image is from. This is so cool.
Yeah, well, this is kind of iconic too. I like the turtleneck as well. It's all the van and the black balloons he has. Yeah, it's all absolutely.
There was a rash of kidnappings when I was a kid, so this is like I've told that story I think on an episode that you weren't here about like there's people trying to be kidnapped all over my hometown when I was a kid. So like
you tell that story. Did they put the posters up everywhere? Because that's what happens here. The missing posters go up, and then But it's interesting because the kids are kind of on their own in this version of the 70s. The teachers are checked out. When the bullies attack, there's no adults anywhere. And twice the lead characters split up after walking home from school, and the girl says, I'm going to go stay at a friend's. And the older boy says, I'm going to go watch Dad. Because Dad is an alcoholic and a mess back at the home. So they don't have a lot of places to go to help themselves until the kid is trapped in the soundproof room, and it's other kids who help him out. So anyway, check that movie out. The tension is real. The stakes are high. It's not deflated with stupid humor. If you ever laugh, it's because the situation wants you to be relieved with a laugh. But so for that, thumbs up.
I'm so excited to see this movie. Blumhouse is as reliable as Marvel, is what I said last week on the show. I was like, it's and they've got their brand so dead on, like Marvel as well. It's like I guess people complain about that, like, oh, you'll always see they say you always see the same movie when you're seeing Marvel. I don't know if that's true, but
that's not true at all. Yeah, so not true.
Maybe the pace or maybe the act breaks or whatever, I guess, are in the same place, but like, who cares, But the other cool thing about Blumhouse is they kind of make you go, well, how are they going to continue this game? Sinister does that. What's the other one with the Rose Byrne that sounds like Sinister, and so therefore I can't remember its name. Insidious, in Sinister. That's one where you're like, okay, well, how can they keep playing this game? And then they're like, it's not the house that haunted. That's a great movie because it's like, well, just move out of the haunted house. So they do, and then the next house is haunted, and you're like, oh, it's a haunted kid. It's brilliant.
Yeah, I like the Paranormal Activity when they did that as well. They bring in the guy who can see and perhaps will able to help them see spirits in the house, and he's like, you're fucked, and he leaves. Like, that's the best moment of that movie. It's like, wow, you're in trouble. Oh my God, the spirits here are just too much. Gotta go.
Go.
Whoa. just upping the stakes early in the film. So now people are chiming in with their kidnapped kids stories. That's great. Garth lived in Atlanta briefly when kids were getting snatched off the streets, as portrayed in Mindhunter. Shout out to my buddy Michael Filipowicz, who played one of the killers in season 2. Season 3 is highly rumored for that show right now. It's all a buzz on the internet as they're talking to David Fincher to bring that show back.
That's awesome.
I grew up in Santa Carla. Any missing kids ended up vampire food. That's accurate.
Ah, that's true. That's been documented.
But so other new films that came or are coming out. Father of the Bride with Andy Garcia and Gloria Estefan as the couple.
What?
Interesting.
That's who's in that? I haven't even. This is the first time hearing who's in that.
Yeah, well, it's because it's on Netflix and they don't. My thing.
And it's not technically a movie.
Yeah, right. But it looks like Gloria Estefan's having fun. My late wife, of course, was a huge fan of Gloria Estefan, so I tracked her acting career. And Gloria
how many things is she even in?
Has just a weird sense of humor, and like when she's in a movie, it just looks like she's happy to be in a movie. Not that she's necessarily playing a character or saying any lines that she's supposed to. But in this one, she actually looks like she's playing a character because the twist is the Steve Martin, Diane Keaton characters, Andy Garcia and Gloria Estefan, are actually having trouble with their marriage while their daughter is getting married. So that's interesting. But what I'm told is you've seen it 1,000 times, but the leads and the cast carry the day and are super charming and it's supposed to be pretty good. And Chloe Fineman looks like she has the Martin Short role of the wedding planner. And Chloe Fineman of Saturday Night Live fame right now needs something to stand her out from the crowd because she is hilarious. So
she's hilarious. Okay, I know exactly who you're talking about.
I look forward to her being in this as well.
That's amazing that she's playing a very famous character.
Yeah. Let's see.
Get the fuck out of here! Somebody else.
Hey, Fred's with us, our buddy Fred.
Oh my god!
And Poltergeist, after they get Carol Ann back and all the horrible stuff that happened and they hang out longer as they're packing up, I would have been in a hotel a lot earlier.
Okay, guys, get everything.
La 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 la. Jerry Goldsmith, right?
Oh yes.
All right. So anyway, that's what's coming out, and what's coming out is Minions: The Rise of Gru. Do we care about the Minions? Do we get why they do what they do?
Here's the question, Paul. We're trying to celebrate the 25th anniversary of us seeing every summer movie. I don't think we saw Con Air together, so the fact that we've missed the third movie of the summer is a tradition, I guess, at this point.
Right.
Because I saw Con Air, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't with you. Whatever that theater, I can never remember the name of it, over by Pequod's Pizza.
Webster Place.
Webster Place. But I saw it there, but I don't think I saw it with you. So we took Lightyear off. You haven't seen Lightyear, have you?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, we can still go. Yeah.
We should still go. The question is the big summer movie of the week, is it The Rise of Gru? Do we go see that after we put Lightyear to bed? I say we see Lightyear twice and skip Gru.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah.
Well, I'd take Pixar over Illumination and DreamWorks and any of the other companies any day.
And I haven't heard anything about Lightyear. I guess I saw a post that somebody said it might be the best Pixar movie ever. I don't know who that was, so but it's a bold statement, obviously. But I have a feeling that Pixar is not going to rest on their laurels of like, we could just phone in a Lightyear movie. Everybody's going to go. I have a feeling in Pixar they're like, we have to earn this every minute and make a great movie that you don't have to have seen or care about Toy Story to appreciate this as its own movie. I have a feeling they're going to pull that off.
Yeah. The people aren't going, which is odd.
Oh, no?
It didn't beat Jurassic Park in Jurassic World's second week. And now it's disappeared because number one at the box office in its fifth week, Top Gun Maverick.
It went back up to first? Oh, no, it never dropped out of first? Jurassic
did. It did for Jurassic World.
For pulled a Titanic?
Came back and tied with Elvis for the top spot. Another 30.5 million.
I knew it would do that.
Top Gun Maverick's overall worldwide gross is over $1 billion. That's 300 million more than Tom Cruise's previous largest hit. So if you haven't seen Top Gun Maverick, get your ass to the theater.
Movie.
It is
Tom Cruise! Oh no! You want the truth? You can't handle the truth. Show me the money.
Sorry, I cut you off.
Yeah, it turns out to be the movie of the year. So get your ass to the theater. Put a mask on, do whatever, sit in the back.
Put a black mask on. Or no.
Put a black phone on.
Black phone on your face.
Black mask. That's Jet Li, right?
Black mask. Right, yes.
Whatever. All right, listen, I'm going to officially say...
together.
Yes, I'm going to officially say, because we failed to prep for it, next week we'll do the ranking of the rides at Disneyland.
Yeah,
But I
let's
do-
get photos and let's and I've got video footage of us on some of the rides too. So let me. But I just pulled the John Williams stuff for today because it's more relevant.
Yeah, and that'll be July 4th, but we'll just do a show anyway. Or do you have plans? What do we?
Is that on July 4th?
It is July 4th. Yeah.
Yeah, I got tickets to Red Dawn and Invasion USA at the New Beverly.
Is that in the evening?
That would no, I think that's the afternoon. Well, I'll look.
We'll let
it
you
up.
know if
I
there's
don't
a show next week.
Maybe we'll pre-record a show or something.
Yeah.
There's
Let's
gonna
see.
be all kinds of stuff going on too.
Oh, Spiderhead directed by Joseph Kaczynski. I guess he could have made another film while Top Gun Maverick was
that's
waiting
true.
to come out.
That is one of the funny ramifications of the long delays and stuff. You're like, wow, there's 2 movies by this guy out in 1 month. Like, oh, one was obviously supposed to be out, quite a while ago.
All right, so let's talk about news real quick. I guess Morbius became kind of an internet meme sensation, so they put it back in theaters, and it tanked again. So, stay down. Final warning.
Man, I gotta tell you, I hate missing a superhero or a Marvel comic or any comics adaptation in the theater, and I feel really bad that I missed Morbius. And then I received the news that it was back in theaters, and it was already gone by the time I realized that, and I didn't get to go see it again. So I'm like, all right, whatever.
Yeah, well, now we have less BS.
More lesbians.
Towel.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you missed nothing.
I'm still excited to see it. That's me. That's me in superhero movies. I'm still
absolutely,
genuinely
totally.
excited to see it. But
I should tell you, I recently saw Ghostbusters Afterlife, and that's because I hosted an outdoor screening of it
yeah,
in Burbank. So get to your outdoor movies if you want to have some fun this summer. And some of you may know I have.
and Paul comes with.
I may have a Ecto 1 of my own, 2016 version.
We got cute little Susan dressed as
Phoebe. Yeah.
Phoebe. That's right, Phoebe.
So I brought this to the Ghostbusters Afterlife premiere last November. I also bring to the party inflatables, so you can dress like Ghostbusters and shoot.
Paul, you are a
stuff
party.
at the inflatables. I'm a walking, talking party, man.
You're a party, man.
So did I have any more pics of that? I felt like I had more pictures of that.
While you're looking for it, we'll cut to a commercial break here, okay?
This, please.
Quieren lager biro, kudasai. Kudasai. Quieren lager biro, kudasai. Nani? もう出るの?
ミスタービールキリンラガービール
Well, thank you for that, and of course,
And a Karen Lager beer to you.
all right. So I can't find the picture, but the point is, if you want your own Ghostbusters party, I bought this thing in the mid 2020, and I thought, I'll do something with it eventually. But people are ordering it up left and right. I'm doing parties now. I thought I'd do events of any kind, but now it turns out mostly 5 to 7 year old kid birthday parties, which I swore off of as an actor.
Yeah,
but the fact that
that's
I'm
true.
doing them in my way,
Yeah.
I'm in
Oh,
charge.
yeah.
Is
Doing them as an entrepreneur. No, I remember when you swore off of kids' parties.
yeah, kids parties and
children's theater. I remember that. You're like, children's theater? No more.
yeah, and movie murder mysteries. There are things you swear off of after a while. I really don't want to do trade shows anymore.
But I like you're doing it your way. So you're getting booked up for that's awesome. That's because that I called that when you bought the Ecto 1. I said that's the best midlife crisis purchase. People get a Porsche or whatever. Paul bought an Ecto 1.
Yeah, do I have another pic of it here? Let's see. Get a nice clean shot of the. Although this one is nighttime, but you get the idea. This was from a Halloween when I brought it out.
Yeah.
So there it is. Yeah.
You have the 2016, the hearse.
As designed by,
version.
What's her name? It's Kate McKinnon's character.
Oh, Holtzman. And wasn't that also Ernie Hudson? Was the
Yeah, he owned the hearse, right? And then at the end he comes around and It's a shame they just didn't keep that all in the family, and they rebooted, because second viewing of Ghostbusters Afterlife was really, really enjoyable.
Yeah.
And, it kind of takes our theory of having to see something twice sometimes for it to really land on you, which makes me want to outlaw these to and from videos we do right now. Let's do to and from screenings of movies we've seen before.
Yeah.
Because I can't come up with how I feel about a movie, because I liked it, but I was didn't love the nostalgia. I loved more of the new stuff, and that remained. But now I really enjoyed the new stuff. Ghostbusters Afterlife just has charm dripping out of every pore. And the ending, we were all crying. It was great. And we had food trucks, and we had the inflatables and the Ecto-1 and all sorts of stuff. So,
and who else do you want to host a screening but Paul Preston? I mean, you've worked your way into this. I mean, you're just such a master host. I think you should be hosting everything. You should be hosting a game show. Is what you should be hosting as well.
Yeah, a friend of mine said I looked like Chuck Woolery once. I said, "You've gone too far." Like Chuck Woolery. Yeah.
The second time you see something, there's the to and from.
There you go. That's exactly it. Well said. Because I need time to sit on stuff, just like an album. I listen to a good album. I need to sit on that for a week, listen to it a couple of times, then I'll tell you how I feel. Because a lot of times the songs are a slow burn, and movies can do the same thing. So anyway, Ghostbusters Afterlife, highly recommended. And now we each went to different places.
Garth McMurray is in the 2016 version. I just want to let you know.
Oh yeah, the Adam Ray scene, right?
Yeah, and that's right. I was going to say we tried to get Adam Ray on our show to talk about that for a while. We probably could still find him, I bet.
All right, so we both went to play. Oh, hang on a sec. Here we go. I've got
just credit to Maddie for this line for Morbius. We didn't get to it in a moment ago, but Morbius.
There you go. Let me show you this stuff. I'll pull it into the. Chuck Woolery is a high compliment. I mean, okay, I'll tell you, he was a handsome guy. But
what a name, Chuck Woolery.
You're not going to see me hosting Love Connection anytime soon. So
there's such an art to the name of game show hosts, Chuck Woolery.
Wink Martindale.
Wink Martindale. Oh my gosh, I was trying to think of the guy from Password too. What was his?
Alan Ludden.
Ludden.
Yeah, that's Alan Ludden. All right, here I got some pics from the exact event that I'm talking about, so you can see all the nonsense that I bring to the game. Here we go. So this is at the Yumi Federal Credit Union in Burbank. It's kind of a cool sort of futuristic building.
I love their building.
Yeah,
it's every time you drive past it, it's just so yeah. So
right to the right of where you can see there, that's my Stay Puft inflatable in the back, 15-foot beast. They blow up a screen and they show the film. So
they do it
crowd.
out there in the parking in the front lot there.
Yep, and here they are. You bring your own chairs, blankets, whatever, and kids get psyched like that kid in the bottom right. They get the Ghostbuster shirts.
I love that because he's looking like, dude, there's a real Ghostbuster here. That's so cool.
I am that. And yeah, people let's take your pick. Can you get in it? And that's fine. I get in the picture. And then I do giveaways and stuff. I had all sorts of Ghostbuster stuff to give away. People
pull out
ask
some trivia
questions. Yes. I wish I had it. Do I have it right here? I have some right here. Let's play a little game. All right, Adam. Movie trivia for you.
I've been known to movie trivia a little bit.
So fill in the blank.
Okay.
Gozer the Traveler, he will come in one of the pre-chosen forms. During the rectification of the Valdrani, the Traveler came as a large and moving Tor. Then, during the third reconciliation of the last of the McKettrick supplicants, they chose a new for him, that of a giant blank.
Slore?
Slore is correct. You have won.
Many subs and Zools were roasted in the depths of the Slore that day, I can tell you. Boy, who's going to rip those lines off at Rick Moranis? My God.
And then I would play ghosts from Ghostbusters franchise or not. Slimer, yes. Zool.
Correct.
Dobby.
No, that's Harry Potter.
Yeah. Vigo.
Vigo the Carpathian, yes.
Sauron.
No.
These kids are 10. They don't know. But the Scolari brothers.
Yeah, that's from Ghostbusters 2. Yes.
Doesn't sound like it, does it? It sounds like the law firm.
Sounds like the Peter Scolari brothers.
Yeah. Gojira.
Gojira, that is not.
That is not. But anyway, so that's something I did. Let's see.
Hopefully you didn't have any ringers in the crowd like me and any of the Schmodown people, you know.
No, it's
more innocent
muggles.
people.
Yeah, it's all normies, and they came up and had a great time trying to remember this stuff. Fill in the quotes with some other. We did, like who played Zeddemore? Those are the questions.
Oh, so. Sure. Yeah, Ernie Hudson, the guy from The Crow.
The guy
from
Weeds.
From The Crow.
The guy from Weeds, the movie. Yeah. All right. Now listen, I went to 3 places, and you went to 1. Should I just go into another story of mine, or do you want to get into your epic DC adventure?
Should we go back and forth? Let
me do another one. The Ghostbusters thing was a couple weeks ago, but I haven't been on here in a while.
You
in
were
a
here
shell.
last week.
So, all right. First of all,
and then we accidentally ditched our show 2 weeks ago for a reason we cannot tell anybody till August.
Still not able to fill you in on that noise.
I've got footage though. It's going to be a great episode when we get a chance to talk about that.
Yeah,
we had a very good reason for missing the show.
Yeah. Do I have to load stuff up here? Oh, I do.
Oh man! Oh God! Oh man! Oh God! Oh man! Oh God! Oh man! Oh God! Oh man!
All right, pictures are loading up. I went to. Oh, that's a good one, David. Nice work.
That was a good one.
I went to Northern California, and my adventures, basically this was a trip to Napa. I bought my girlfriend a ticket to the Napa wine train. But when you're up in Napa, that's not all you do. You do all sorts of other things, like go to the Coppola Winery.
Oh.
So I don't drink a lick, but I'll be damned if I wasn't going to go to the Coppola Winery. Plus, last time I went, it was basically a barn where they were doing wine tasting and a whole bunch of construction. Well, the construction is done, and now you have this big dynamic building. Looks really cool. Where am I?
God, Coppola, man.
Hey, there. So so this is his big winery, and he had just a gorgeous restaurant with really good food, and of course beautiful vineyards, stretching out wide and far for all of his wines.
Wow, I've never been to the Coppola vineyard. That's
like
awesome.
Susan likes the wine, my girlfriend, so she enjoyed it. So she says also A+. She even brought a bottle home. So it's cool when it's not just a star name, but the wine is actually
good.
I
know, right?
So let's see what can we show you first about this. If you go into the restaurant and take a left, then you go into like a gift shop meets Coppola Museum, and in there you're going to find things like all 5 of his Oscars, excluding the Thalberg Award. Adam, can you tell me the 5 Oscars that Coppola has won?
Best Director for The Godfather, Best Picture for The Godfather, and Godfather Part 2. Did they both win Best Picture? Best Screenwriter for Patton, and Best Jeff Bridges for Tucker, A Man in His Dream.
There was some Tucker stuff here. I'll show you in a second. But you know what? He did not win an Oscar for The Godfather, I believe.
He is not a named producer on that one, but he was.
I think he won for the script. I think he won for the script, which they had there.
Whoa! Wait, is that the original? Is that the thick one where he cut out all the pages from the book and pasted them in? That thing must be.
I'm not sure.
Oh no, never mind. That was like a shooting thing. If you watch the your favorite TV show of all time that you haven't seen, which is The Offer.
The Offer, yeah.
There's a scene where he's with Puzo, and just subtly in the background, he's got a razor blade and he's cutting out because I remember he had he had cut every page out of the book and put it into another book, and then did all his notes around the page. So he's just during a conversation where they're talking about something completely different, he's just sitting there cutting out the pages and pasting them in the thing, and they don't even draw your attention to it. But I'm like, I know what they're doing there because that's how he put together. But that wasn't the screenplay; that was the shooting, day by day sort of thing.
Yeah, a lot of people love The Offer, like Garth and you here, and
you're gonna love it.
Apparently, I was talking to someone the other day who loved it as well, and we were both agreeing that I'd watch a ton of those movies. Making of Apocalypse Now, Making of Jaws,
Apocalypse
The Making
Now,
of American Graffiti. Yeah,
on
and on and on and on.
I've always wanted to. I've always said the greatest screenplay that I've wanted to see made would be called George and Francis, and it's just the comic adventures of George.
Yeah.
Two of the most disparate personalities who happen to be film geniuses navigating through the '60s. George, and you put in the dopey soundtrack from the bunch of tubas and stuff with them just going and doing their nonsense. But yeah, George and Francis and all the weirdos they hung out with, so good.
So he did win an Oscar for the script of The Godfather and for the script of Patton. That was one of the trick ones that people might not get. And then he won 3 for The Godfather Part 2, writing, picture, and director. You probably learned from your show there that The Godfather Best Picture Oscar would have gone to Ruddy. Am I correct? Or
Yeah. Coppola was not a named producer to the second one. That's where I realized I'd made a mistake.
So, okay. Then costumes from Dracula.
Oh, look
good looking
at
stuff.
that.
I love that one that Sadie Frost wore on the far end. That's kind of mini iconic. It's
the armor, the red armor, that crazy ass armor. What a visual, just does not give a shit spectacle that movie is. We don't care. We're doing whatever we want.
Absolutely. Can you tell me what this is from?
Oh, I do. That is from One from the Heart. In fact,
Very
I believe
nice.
Nastasha Kinski sat in that, right?
I think so. They were showing the clip there. You can see on the bottom left.
Yeah, I think
or about
Nastasha
halfway up.
Kinski sexily drapes herself over that thing, and boy, she was a looker, wasn't she?
May still be. I heard from.
Oh
Nastasha
yeah. No,
Kinski in a
she's
spell.
still really cute.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen recent
Let's
photos.
see. I gotta delete things out of our deal to put
we
more
just
in.
have- Gee, what could be possibly taking up too much space in our?
They're eating her. And then they're going to eat me. Oh my God!
That's on me. I put that in there.
How much space could be taken up here?
How about this? A Kilgore surfboard.
Oh, best prop ever! That's the best prop ever.
Isn't it, though?
Wow. That's what a great prop, or what a great thing to have on your wall or something.
Yeah. And then
the Kilgore Surfboard is also a good name for a band, I think.
Improv team for sure.
Improv team, 100%. Yeah, band or improv team. Oh, wow. Gosh, look at that. Oh, man. I love this stuff. I love props.
Yeah, and so then I guess I gotta add this in. These stupid
What's
things.
he got under his left hand? The script for
Yes, the Apocalypse Now script. That day's changes.
That day's changes. Yes, that thick.
I can't remember what he comes out with there.
Yeah.
They had a full-size Tucker on display.
Oh, did they?
And not just one created for the film, but an actual Tucker from back in the day.
Whoa, the real car.
Yeah, speaking of
I gotta watch
Jeff
that
Bridges movie.
again. Yeah.
And this was pretty badass. That's the desk.
Oh, that's the desk.
I believe in America.
Oh, the most famous desk of all time. What's more famous than that desk right there?
Well, come to me on the day of my daughter's wedding and ask me for this favor.
To do violence. That I cannot do. Wow.
So that was awesome.
That's the desk, huh?
And then
Jeez.
fine question, where's the Jack display? I wanted not on display, nor was Gardens of Stone, right?
No Gardens of Stone.
But that was really
Lots
cool.
of gardens? No
This
gardens.
is actually the full awards display, because he's
wow.
got Golden Globes as well and all sorts of other stuff.
A Clio. No Ace Awards for
No
him,
Ace
huh?
Awards, yeah.
Slacker.
But yeah, so not a lot of room for much else here in our packed media box.
Yeah, I have 800 clips in here as well.
Yeah. Well, what are you gonna do? I mean, what are we gonna get rid of this?
I see your point.
Maybe we should get rid of it.
Paul coming in again with the facts.
This is a good movie with James Caan, yes, but of course it's not The Godfather, so we goof. All right.
That came out the same year as Full Metal Jacket, right?
Was it 87? Maybe was that part of the old?
I feel like I remember that in the newspaper right next to Full Metal Jacket, and not being able to see either of them. I guess
Well, let me tell you this: I took back streets up to the Coppola Winery from Napa. On my way back from Napa, I took the freeway, having no idea I would drive by Petaluma, California.
Petaluma.
Now, what's shot in Petaluma, you might add?
Who gives a shit?
Oh, you do.
Oh, no.
American Graffiti.
What? Petaluma's where they shot that?
Yeah. So I and San
That's
Rafael.
right, because they couldn't shoot in Modesto.
Now,
And Modesto wouldn't have looked as good as well, I think.
I was looking for the George Lucas statue. That's in Modesto, so that's not
okay. Wow. So this is the strip.
Loving. Well, this is actually you kind of turn onto the strip from here.
Yeah, I think they made up the strip out of a couple different streets or something. But
I found that building on behind the cars there, so I knew this corner was where they shot some bits with Paul Lamont there and who is that? That's Suzanne Summers in her car. No, who is that in the other car? I can't remember who was in the blue car.
That does look like Suzanne Summers' car.
Yeah. So this was like Petaluma. Wait, we're going by Petaluma. It's actually where we're turning to get back to the. No, we're turning off, and and it was nighttime, so it's like perfect. It's going to look just like all the locations, and we drove around, and they're all right near each other because they had such a low budget. They just went from one place to the next super quick. And
wow! So did you find Bob Falfa intersection where
I'll tell you this: we left town on the drag racing road, on that road where they do the final race. But there's no picture to take at night. It's a big nothing. It's dark.
Sure.
Yeah. But just
the picture you got to take there is in the first thing in the morning is when you get that photo, and you corral several of the most famous uncredited cinematographers to set up those shots too. Yeah. If anybody hasn't seen American Graffiti in a while, like those morning shots are spectacular.
Here's Terry pulling up to the arcade with the same houses in the background.
Wow!
Today.
Man, you are a maestro of movie locations.
I love it. The used car lot with the giant chair.
Yes.
No giant chair, but it's still a used car lot. So that's
and it's still the same house and everything.
Yeah.
Oh wow! Is that? No, that's not where they pull off the police back tire. That's an alley or something like that, I think.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and Bo Hopkins just passed away. I think we brought that up on the show like 3 weeks ago. So
that's
good to remember him.
Bo Hopkins. So the arcade, when. Boy, what a great scene that is. We just watched that recently for the Ford Fiesta. Well, recently.
And here's Candy Clark in the auto waiting. And this is right next to the liquor store where Terry goes in.
Oh, that's the liquor store?
Now it's a bait shop.
Yeah, it's so classic. Classic. It's so funny that you when you read Lucas's biography, like hearing that, Petaluma, which is quite kind of equivalent to Modesto, was like hillbilly, I got to get out of this town or whatever. And I remember reading that as a kid, and I'm like, you're in California. What are you talking about? But it's just so funny. It's of course, it became a live bait shop. So it's like, it's a little bit in the sticks.
Yeah.
They also, but they're also featuring Shakespeare, so they were pretty literate.
Here's Kurt watching the Ozzie and Harriet show from his car.
Oh, that's you?
And that's me up top sitting on the Prius. And that same.
What a legendary location. Oh my gosh. Future home of Kentucky. Oh, they're moving Kentucky there. That's good. It'll enjoy the live bait and tackle.
And lastly, sure, I found a shot of Kurt running at one point down the street, and it found the same building he was running in front of.
Oh, that's not the location where they pretend the radio station is in, is it?
Now, the radio station they found, I guess you can find that building, although it wasn't a radio station.
No,
but I didn't bother with that.
Oh my gosh, what an awesome location hunt! Oh my god,
yeah,
what a place to see locations.
Especially just coming off of it on the Ford Fiesta, was all hyped about. Let's go check this out.
Yeah,
you can imagine them on that street. They would have been unencumbered by any local folk shooting there. Just take over the street and shoot. It's a small town. So that was very cool.
That is really cool.
That's me in Northern California. Meanwhile, on the other side of the country.
On the other side of the country, I was tracking down DC cab locations. No, I did. You'll appreciate this, Paul.
I found big locations from The Contender.
Good one. Yeah, Lions for Lambs, or what is that? What's that called? I can't remember.
It is.
No, you recognize this location from Captain America: Winter Soldier. I mean, blink and you'll miss it. But that there you go, the Captain America. And I don't think they go necessarily over
it's
here.
In Spider-Man Homecoming, right? It's also.
Oh, Spider-Man Homecoming. Yes, Spider-Man Homecoming. And also for you eagle-eyed Nixon fans, I believe part of Nixon takes place on the steps of the Abraham Lincoln Memorial there as well. Yes, so I went to Washington, D.C., which was very exciting. Second time I've ever been there. And I went to celebrate John Williams' 90th birthday. I mean, we're still getting multiple scores a year from that 90-year-old man, which is pretty awesome. It was at the Kennedy Center, and I just want to tell you, forensic scientists have dug up, they have not reconstructed the whole body, but if you look behind me here, John F. Kennedy, according to modern forensics, was enormous. They did not reconstruct the entire body, but I think you can imagine how big the suit might have been. Obviously would not have fit in the atrium.
You know, Adam, that's a great point. I've thought it a few times.
But Kennedy Center was beautiful. Here's a little sunset view of the outside along the Potomac, I believe. Potomac River, yeah. So, so at the Kennedy Center, it was a 3-night affair. There was night 1 was E.T. with a live concert. And night 2 was John Williams' 90th birthday. He was not conducting until the end. He did get up and did conduct one. I've got a clip there. And they just went through, and that was the night where 2 of my videos were featured, which was a montage of John's life in pictures and video. That actually got a compliment from John, which I got to overhear. I was standing there, but he wasn't talking to me. But and entire career overview to E.T. and the life in pictures was to Superman, and get to see the videos that I worked on right in this living room right here, to get to see it with a full live orchestra. Here was the really crazy thing, and I think I have a photo of it coming up here. On the E.T. and Jurassic Park nights were conducted by a gentleman named Steve, I'm forgetting his name right now. I get a text the next morning from a high school friend of mine and says, that guy worked at our high school. The conductor of E.T. and Jurassic Park worked at our high school. He would arrange the musicals for the school, and he was also part of the marching band. I mean, that is just such a weird, small world moment, because I went up to him at the reception dinner, and I was like, Adam Witt, Talawanda High School, 1991. And he's like, what? I'm like, graduate, Miami University. He's like, whoa. Like, it was just like those words coming out. It was like, hold on a second. You were going to high school. So that was just that was a really cool thing. So you cannot top that. You cannot touch this. All my clips here are from the 90th birthday night. I'll talk about E.T. and Jurassic Park following up, because just it's extremely rare to have the chance to watch E.T. for the first time again. But when you see it and I had great seats. I mean, God bless the people that gave me tickets to these things. I had amazing seats, and like I said, I got to go to the dinner afterwards. But here is the end of the 90th birthday celebration. They sang happy birthday to him. Happy birthday to you. Now, so in that shot you were seeing there, here is a still. The people that came on stage did various presentations throughout the show. Let's blow it up here. There you have Jackie Joyner-Kersee, Yo-Yo Ma, a little director named Steven Spielberg, and the violinist Anne Sophia Muller. She's done 3 albums with John Williams. They're fantastic. Look them up. They're amazing. The heavily violin renditions of Harry Potter and various things were rearranged. She is like John's new muse. Like, they met. He told a whole story about it, how that she wanted him to compose a song for her to play in concert. He loved her violin, so he did. She sent him cookies, and that's what got him to do it. And next to her is one of the most attractive women on the history of the planet. That is Daisy Ridley with short hair. And that was cool. So, and here's how I looked. Not bad, huh? I bought new clothes for this whole thing.
You better have.
I bought yellow pants and a pink jacket. I am now in post-COVID, post-quarantine, all bright colors for me. This sort of black T-shirt stuff, getting rid of it.
Really? You're going full Sonny Crockett.
I'm gonna go Sonny Crockett. This really worked for me. I was very excited. Very excited. So they wished him a happy birthday, and then what is the next clip here? Okay, so they wished him a happy birthday, and then John took. Come on, rise and this is the national anthem. I mean, come on. The guy's in the audience for the entire thing, watching everything, and he takes the stage. Everybody is. Let's see. This is where they bring him on stage. Jealous of that hug. But it's so cool. He's watching the entire show. They bring him on, they sing happy birthday, and then he plays the Imperial March. He conducts one number, and that's just such a blast. Does it read here how cool it was when he got up and played the Imperial March?
Absolutely.
Movies, Paul, aren't they great?
Yeah.
Okay, so then we went to a reception dinner afterwards, which is great because they didn't have to give me tickets to the show. They didn't have to give me tickets to E.T. and Jurassic Park on top of it, and they certainly didn't have to invite me to the dinner. But they did, which was really nice, and I got to show off my pink jacket. And what can only be described
and just to confirm, Adam, sorry, the films and your videos all played in that venue we just saw in the main hall for
right.
Center.
So let's see. Do I have a photo of the presentation for Jurassic? But yeah. So here you go. Yeah. So Jurassic Park and E.T. played in there with this orchestra, not conducted by John. Nothing was conducted by John except for the Imperial March there. But so in that venue with that amazing orchestra, conducted by a guy that was working at my high school when I graduated, which was cool truly amazing. Just what a crazy connection, So the joke we'd been making, me and my producers on the show, was, it's amazing to be invited to the reception dinner. They didn't have to do that, but I was like, we are clearly going to be at the kids' table. It's going to be John. Get your glasses, zoom in or whatever. Like the John and Steven and all those people are going to be way over. We're going to be way over here. I sit down and here's where my seats were. That's I'm at my table. I just turned around and there's John sitting right there, which is really, really fantastic. And then they brought out a cake, which had every movie, or not every movie, I guess, but a lot more than you would think, inscribed all around the, that was him blowing out the candles. I kind of missed the beginning of that one. But, and here's the reception hall, just to give you another. Oh, here we go. Thomas Newman sighting coming up. Right there. Thomas Newman. Oh, and I met Mike Post.
No shit.
I met Mike
Look
Post.
Look at what's happened to me.
Oh, that's him too.
I can't believe it myself.
Oh my God, Rockford Files. Oh my God, I love Mike
A-Team,
Post.
right?
So, A-Team. You remember Bart Caius? Great. Thank you, Fred. You remember Bart Caius had a car with a cassette player, so I would go to the old Amoeba with cassettes. I don't think they have cassettes at the new one. I think that they had to get rid of that for space considerations. And I used to buy him cassettes and mail them to him. But one of them was the Best of Mike Post. Nothing could be more Bart Caius than driving around to the Best of Mike Post
with his captain's hat. Yeah,
with his captain's hat. Yeah, the top down, playing the Rockford theme. Yeah, that's. But I met Mike Post and saw several. Kathleen Kennedy. If you look way behind John here, maybe she's not in the shot. You can't see her anyway. But Kathy Kennedy was back there with Daisy Ridley, so that was really cool. That was certainly something that I will remember for quite a long time, especially. Yeah. JFK's big head. I can't believe how enormous that man was. Let's see. And I already showed that. Okay, so let's talk about. So it's rare to be able to see a movie you've seen many times for the first time, but when you're there with the orchestra, it's watching E.T. for the first time. And listening, I really wish there were a version of E.T. where you could turn up the score, turn the movie down a little bit. You could sort of toggle it because, the opening of that movie it's like we all think of that last 20 minutes, the bike ride, all that stuff. We think of that as, as the big triumphant thing of that. God, that opening, the themes he's doing there, the score he's doing there. And there is a very experimental John Williams, too. He always plays in concert. They always play in concert. And they did a couple nights ago for his 90th was Close Encounters of the Third Kind. So very, very, hey, I did it and I'm jealous of, it's like, it was ridiculous. Somehow, this is reality.
This is reality, Greg.
So, E.T. is that last 20 minutes is such an Eddie Van Halen guitar solo of a movie that movie obviously works entirely throughout the entire running time. But the opening, if you look at it as its own short film, like and that's silent. It's only told with music. There's jangling keys and that's it. For the first 20 minutes, it's almost like a Star Wars type trick, like, oh, now you're stuck with the two droids, and now you got it. Now that's your movie. You didn't see that coming, did you? This whole opening silent thing, it cannot be overstated. And I tried to pull the clip here, and maybe I will later. But the part that really makes us cry, E.T. dies, right? Spoiler alert. But and then the audition piece that Elliot, used to get the part, saying his goodbye to E.T. We're all crying. That works on an emotional level. If the movie ended right there, we'd go, wow, that was quite a down ending. That was a good movie. Like, I needed to see nothing more. Like, that movie had earned all of itself. I'll tell you what, man. When and we're all bawling. Elliot is bawling. E.T. is dead. And he goes to, and that wonderful direction that when they lift up the casket, it's got that circular window that frames Elliot, while he gives his, and the breathing on the glass, all that, just just every second of it. And there may be no music during that, actually. When he goes to and we're all crying, when he goes to put that casket down, the precision with which there's about that much left when we see the glowing come on. Right? And when that closes, and it gives us the trick of the eye, because before the entire thing lights up, and we do know that, E.T.'s, first of all, giving a symbol of like how E.T. comes back to life, like that his heart would glow. It's not some sort of like, his pulse meter. I'm back, kid, whatever. As this thing is closing, we see the briefest glimpse of red, and you get so excited. Did I see what I just saw? Because you were at the depths of E.T. is dead. Elliot's just going to have to live with that. That's how this movie's going. We're not that far from the 70s movies where stuff just got bleak. And we don't know. Spielberg might be turning in his first bleak movie. We just don't know. That light comes on when there's that much of that cast left. And then it closes and robs us of it. And we go, did I just see that? And then it glows from the inside. Then Elliot walks away, and you're like, kid, get back there. And he walks past the flowers. Mm-hmm. And it's just like, and then he turns and realizes the way that whole thing manipulates our emotion is just so precise. A precise Stradivarius and Sophia Muller solo. The way that works, and I'm not even talking about the most famous bits in the movie, like the amount of red light that you see as that closes down, it's so precise. Then he sees the flowers. Then he opens it back up. We are taken from the biggest depths that we feel in E.T. to the highest high in...
And what do we need?
10 seconds.
And what do we need? A laugh. And we get it because here come the adults, and he has to go. Ah!
He has to pretend he's crying, which he just actually does, which made us cry. And it's the biggest laugh of the movie because it's this tension and release thing. It is just so perfectly done, and I got to experience that again for the first time. But I got to tell you, okay, so. And we've gone through all the E.T. at this point. There's almost no E.T. left as far as we're concerned. We've been through the whole adventure. Now E.T.'s back to life. And now that last 25 minutes of this movie, and now it's the BMX Bandit Goonies have to save the day. Just like nobody sees that coming. That like now they have to save E.T. The kids have to, and the bridge from what I just described there to the big piece of music, E.T.'s Adventures on Earth, this big piece of music that 25 minutes of some of the best cinema music ever, and a chase, and we're getting away, and BMX Bandits, and and now it's all the stops. Now it's all the Spielberg, it's all the Jaws. But this moment I adore, which is when Gertie brings in the note from the boys and says, "Are the boys gone? Because they told me to give you this once they were gone." And she goes, "Give me that note." And so I'll play it right here. But the way this cues into the Goonies BMX Bandits, it's going to be the next 25 minutes of the movie. This is the bridge between what I just described and what people love. The home run of an ending. I just love this moment.
Boys, but
I'm supposed to give you this note when they're gone.
Give it to me now, Gertie.
And now we're into the rest of the movie. It is played so precisely, so amazingly. I just adore it. So that is my wrap up on E.T. And Jurassic Park was good too. But obviously the ending there with when the dinosaurs rule the world and the actual like full bellow of the T-Rex, that is all played so note perfect as well. A lot more like Jaws, a lot less sort of like it's turning on this. That's just ratcheting to the point where we do need that release and that ending. But the way E.T. works, and here's the big takeaway: E.T. shouldn't work at all. You watch E.T. and you go, this is being handled so deftly that it just could easily be a miss at any point if Spielberg was not executing at the top of his game the entirety of that movie, and John Williams at the top of his game the entirety of that movie, that collaboration. It's that movie really shouldn't work. Anybody else makes that movie, it is 100% a forgotten movie. It's just like they say about Yoda. We're gonna depend on the middle half of this movie to a puppet. This whole movie's a puppet. It's like it's at any moment you could just fall. But God, the charm of Gertie and the brother and all the verisimilitude, the Altman. If I told you Robert Altman directed part of this movie, you go, oh, it's the scene with the kids playing D&D, right? Because you walk in and there's all this like dialogue and stuff, and just this real naturalistic. Oh, and maybe the best line in cinema history. Dad would believe me. Mm-hmm. Do you know that line? Mm-hmm. They play that game so well. He's the kid. He's getting made fun of by the older kids. He goes out. He screws up their pizza, but he saw something. Nobody believes him. And just the amount of heavy lifting that the line "Dad would believe me." Like, I now know so much more about their situation. Now, everything that happens to the mom, Dee Wallace, for the rest of the movie, it's just like the dad would believe me aspect. The fact that dad is gone, that dad is in Mexico, that all this, and then Gertie makes good comedy out of the Mexico stuff throughout it. But like, dad would believe me. That almost makes me want to cry as much as anything else in the movie. What a rock star of a movie! What a Van Halen set of a rock and roll movie that is. So that's the story of me meeting John Williams. Oh, and his compliment that he gave to my producer was the life in pictures and life in video thing. And I always call them the conductor police. Whenever I do a piece for the agency that involves taking a conductor and putting it over music that he is not actually conducting, that's a bit of a challenge. There's a certain way to conduct or whatever. The almost entire piece of John's life in pictures has him conducting here, there, at the Olympics, at this, at that, but it's all to the Superman theme, and so I'm like, the whole time I'm doing it, I'm like, the conductor police are gonna kill me for this one. And that was his one compliment, was like, he's like, it's so hard with the conducting to make it look like it's going to the music, and he's like, but very good job. So anyway, that was got a compliment from John Williams.
There you go.
Did I mention that I met John Williams? And I had really good seats.
Well, if you would like to visit places like the intersection where E.T. gets all the boys in the BMX to fly, they don't blow up for like the beginning of our movie. Or if you'd like to visit the home where Elliot lived, take the Movie Guys LA Film Locations Tour, now providing tours of movie locations throughout the Los Angeles area. All right. Well, I believe, I'm with you 100,000% on E.T. I mean, the fact that there's so little dialogue at the end of that, and Williams is asked to carry the film, and he does so brilliantly with wavering styles and volumes, and just that. Right? And what's our final shot? Just Elliot looking up. Looking up. It couldn't be more brilliant.
And of course the looking up thing I just adore, because he does it 5 times throughout the movie. There's shots of him looking up. And one thing I thought was really cool that I just never quite caught before, the production design of that house has it so that the back hill, when E.T. runs away or whatever, and remember there's like the trash cans falling and that sort of stuff, it goes up a hill. So when he has to look for E.T. that first time that he sees him and we don't see anything, but something runs away and knocks over trash cans, he's again with that shot looking up, just up the hill, but it's that shot over and over. Man, Spielberg just on fire. Greatest director of all time. I don't want to hear any other arguments.
I think you've made a perfectly good case.
Thank you
for that.
Far out.
On the other end of the movie spectrum, I went to Cinespia. If you know what that is, it's our outdoor movie series at the Hollywood Forever Cemetery here in
what'd you go see?
Hollywood. Well, Susan just bought tickets. She said, "Have you seen But I'm a Cheerleader?" I said, "No."
They're showing that? No.
Well, it was Pride Month, so we went off to see that, and it was some party. I'll tell you, if you don't know Cinespia and you live in the LA area, check it out. Let's see, you get crowds like this. All this is all waiting to go in, and then they all spill out on a lawn.
What a great thing, huh?
At the cemetery. Yeah, and there's a big mausoleum up front that is a perfect movie screen.
Yeah.
So they screen the movie there. There's another pic of it. And you've got
great DJs. They have great DJs there too. Do they have a really good music selection beforehand?
They did. It was a mix of all the hits set to house music. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So when
it was Pride Month. People were dancing.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Oh man, what a great thing to have access to. That is so cool. They showed Aliens last weekend, I think.
Yeah, they're showing Purple Rain coming up, The Fast and the Furious, all sorts of other movies, and they showed, like I said, But I'm a Cheerleader, which I've never seen till the other night. It's good. It's different than I thought it would be. Clea Duvall showed up, and that's her projected on the big screen, but she was down just right of the big screen in person to introduce the film. And
she's great.
I thought it was going to be some sort of like John Hughes, like girl discovering she's got feelings for women, and then handle that in an 80s high school kind of way. Nope. that she's got a lesbian tendencies, and the parents send her right off to conversion camp, and then it's over the top sort of crazy, ripping of all the conservative views on all that stuff. And Kathy Moriarty is like the evil witch who runs the conversion place, who the whole building itself and all the production design is sort of broad palette colors and crazy sterile locations where they're learning to be women and men, not lesbians and gay men. So
wow, so it's a parody of Conversion,
big time.
Or is it?
Yeah. Because then the rest of the film takes place in that scenario. They sneak out at one point because they want to. But yeah, and there's like a couple of guys who used to be in there, but they got away. So Richard Mall is actually one of them.
Oh, Richard Mall, Bull from Night Court.
Bull from Night Court, and they are like the gays who got away to continue to be gay, and don't want trying to rescue people from this crazy place. And Bud Court is one of the parents. So
Bud Court.
That's always good to see. Yeah,
very nice.
So yeah, there's I enjoyed that film. It's again broader than I thought. Wasn't quite prepared, but good Lord, watching it with the Pride audience, and there's thousands of people that show up for this. There's a lot of people. And so every chance for woo, and you go, girl, and you tell them, yeah, fuck you, whatever. Like they're just screaming all sorts of shit at the screen while our heroes go through, the ups and downs of this stupid conversion therapy. Underneath it all, of course, is a horribly sad idea that this shit actually happens. And if you want the no fun version, watch Boy Erased. But this was just like sending all that stuff up, showing the world how stupid all of this is through their over-the-top outrageousness. And throughout, it's just funny. There's a ton of funny stuff in it of just, the characters being true to themselves in the midst of all this stupid stuff. Like there's a cutout of an army guy and a soldier on his knees, but it's a silhouette, so the gun looks like his dick in right in front of the person. Like little subtleties like that, just while they're trying to do manly stuff in the woods. Yeah. The manly army men look gay. So it's just that kind of stuff throughout the whole movie.
That's awesome.
Very funny. So
I love my dead gay son.
So yeah, plus that. But also Cinespia, go check it out if you're in LA. It's tough to get a ticket. It sells out, but maybe pick a movie that I can't believe I previously went for Raiders of the Lost Ark, because I can only imagine how tough that ticket must have been to get. I did not get it. I just went along to see it. But that's the only other time I went. I will definitely go again. Maybe even try and go again this summer.
Yeah, I should check their schedule. They showed Aliens a couple weeks. I kind of thought about going for that. You kind of got to get there super early, though, right? It's like it's a little bit of an exhausting day in a way.
Yes and no. I mean, we had pretty good seats. It's a huge screen. The sound is excellent for outdoors. They have like 6 speakers set up.
Yeah,
and you don't miss a word. You don't miss a sound effect. And that's
what a cool place to watch a movie. That's
great.
Great.
Yeah. And then dead Douglas Fairbanks is right there. Dead Johnny Ramone over around the corner. Dead Mel Blanc and Toto are looking on. It's like you're in a cemetery, but it's a famous one. So
it is weird they don't show horror movies there at Cinespia. Like you're like in the
Aliens close, yeah, but
yeah, that's true. That's true. But you think like they should at least show one zombie movie a year there. But
yeah, I think Ferris Bueller's coming up too.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good one to laugh along with everybody with.
Let's see. I mean, I can just run you through the quick thing if you want to check it out. You can see this summer. Yeah, Purple Rain, Fast and Furious, Ferris Bueller, and then later in July, Almost Famous, Showgirls, Pretty in Pink, Jackie Brown, The Birds. There's a horror-ish movie. That comes at the end of July. So that's the immediate schedule coming up.
Far out.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Is this for real? People pay others to wait in line at the entrance for...
I was going to do that. So
grab a couple people at the Home Depot or something.
That's what I was. I would literally. I had that thought of like the only problem with Cinespia is you have to stand in that line. I'm like, yeah, I would pay somebody to stand in line. Right.
Well, you got a picnic. If you're doing well, you bring a picnic for the whole event, and then you just start on that picnic while you're waiting in line.
Yeah.
The tough part was dodging the sun. I actually left a huge gap between us and the people in front of us because that meant I stayed in the shade.
Yeah.
And didn't burn my ass off while I was waiting. So.
Oh yeah, because you just got to sit there the whole time.
Yeah, Return of the Living Dead would be a great.
There you go.
There.
Yes. Oh man, I think I went through puberty when I saw the graveyard dancing sequence when I was a kid.
Dead Toto. I'm pretty sure Toto is alive and rocking out on tour this summer. All right, Roach Smythe. I need to I need to show a comment he left on our Ford Fiesta episode. It's a good one. You were very entertaining, but if you don't produce a companion podcast in the modes of Hearts of Darkness with tape recordings of Paul and Adam having breakdowns and wasting their minds trying to figure out how they were going to edit this episode, you will personally let me down. We may let you down, but please, I hope you're not let down by a response to that idea. It's a great one, but who has time? But we'll see. Yeah, who knows? We've wanted to do another 4LOL and Admiral Hackbar, the two robots who did the play-by-play of Star Wars. We've wanted them to do something with these Star Wars TV shows lately, but it's just time slips away, man.
Yeah, I mean, if we have time to do that, because Kenobi, I still haven't watched the last episode because I was in transit, so I get to do that. But to do a full Kenobi wrap-up would be fun to do the best of those, description of the entire plot with Admiral Hackbar and 4LOL, the play-by-play guys from the Star Wars play-by-play that we did. If I'm sure everybody knows about that, they're just watching. But
just go to themovieguys.net if you want to see because there was no sports during the pandemic, so we created a sports version of Star Wars where two robots, Admiral Hackbar and 4LOL, did play-by-play commentary of the movie. It's on Vimeo. Highly recommended.
Yeah. Look at the Movie Guys Vimeo.
Shelby. You remember Shelby, right? From such great videos as...
And a Karen Lager beer to you.
Yes,
she wrote, I would really like a 30-minute episode of Wit's thoughts on the Obi-Wan finale. I'll take something on the entire show, but that finale, man, I think his take would be awesome to see. So
I will bring that next week.
You have a request for that, man.
Yeah, I don't want to rush it. I could have watched it, so I had something to say, but I knew I had a lot of stuff to say today, so... I'm excited about it. I feel like I've finished, accomplished a lot of stuff in the last couple months. I'm excited to watch some media and maybe not work for a week or something.
Well, I've been watching media, and I can tell you something else to watch is if there isn't, I always say there's too much TV. I'm not lying. It was tough to not watch Stranger Things yet, so I could take in The Old Man with Jeff Bridges on FX.
Oh, okay.
This show is dope.
It's the jam.
Yeah, it's great. He is off the grid.
He's out of the life.
Adam, you think he's
Look, he's the best of the best, but he ain't doing that anymore, Paul.
He's not. He's off the grid.
He's done.
But then they find him. And so
does somebody not know who they're messing with? Do they mess with the wrong guy?
If you watch the pilot, you will be in for the whole... The pilot is stellar. First of all, unaware until it was over, it's John Watts who made the last 3 Spider-Man movies, because it is totally John Watts channeling Vince Gilligan. The Spider-Man
I was going to say, John Watts, as far as I know, has no style. I couldn't tell you what a John Watts film
Right.
looks
He's
like.
sort of pop entertainment, serving the Marvel machine, doing a fine job of it. Great, adventure director. But
comes up with the style for each thing he needs to do in those movies, but I couldn't tell you, separated from that, like, what is a John Watts movie,
I don't know if this is his style either. Maybe he's just a great server of the tone required. But here, it's like slow and deliberate, long shots, long takes, and, show don't tell a lot, which, me, the overwriting drives me berserk. And there's a lot of that here, a lot of the show don't tell. And so I highly recommend this. And you're also coupled with... John Lithgow as the sort of FBI guy who has a history with him, but is now tasked with hunting him down.
Interesting choice.
Lithgow. Yeah, but he's very the opposite of Bridges, raggedy, and Lithgow. He's buttoned up and slick and all that, but he has his own sort of sad things. Like his son died recently. You can tell in the show, and this show outstanding. So.
Okay, what is that on? What network?
It's FX, but then shows up on Hulu the next day. So
okay,
Hulu is probably the place to go. The first 3 episodes are up there. I don't know when it debuts during the week, Tuesday or Wednesday, I think. So we'll get an episode this week, and I don't know how many there are, but it's good because then the pilot is stellar. Right down to the final shots are just great. It's one of those where
channeling Vince Gilligan. That's I know what you're saying there.
Yeah, they're watching. Yeah, when guys are watching along on a screen, they're like, we sent out our team, and they're watching along, and then they watch the team, and then they're just like, at the end because the team is just no match for our guy. That sort of shit is fun. So that's how
awesome.
this goes. And hey, everybody agrees. Old Man is great.
VHS.
Sorry, I meant that.
It's a VHS. My old man loves this show. Well, there you go. It's
all right.
Life imitating art.
Hey, man, that's a good compliment. You know, an old man show.
And Jeff Bridges, we just haven't had him in a while because this show was shot a while ago, and then he got cancer, so they couldn't finish it. And then there was a pandemic, so it was pushed from release. So it's been a while since we've had Jeff Bridges, and it's been a while since this whole concept was put into action. I mean, just like I'm sure this should have been out between the last two Spider-Man movies. Now 2 Spider-Man movies come out, and now this, and John Watts is already onto that Star Wars series about the young kids who get caught up in the Star Wars universe, the fans who get caught up in the Star Wars universe. So something he pitched, and they bit. So kind of a fan of his. You'd be impressed. I mean, he stays on. He directed the first 2 episodes. He stays on as an executive producer for the whole series, along with Bridges. So it's good. Good. Check it out.
That's very exciting. That is very exciting. Okay.
All right.
Well, and it's a kind of a triumphant thing because didn't Bridges beat cancer? So this was shot before, and this is sort of like a victory lap of like he's back, but he was shot before.
Yeah. It was lymphoma or something, I think, and then now he's on the other side of it, which is great because he's an American treasure, I think.
Oh God, yeah.
He's an actor with a great, long, expansive list of credits.
Another great actor with a huge filmography we just don't talk about enough.
Well, we will now. All right. Have you seen anything else, Adam? We got a few minutes left. No? Yes?
What else did I see? Because now it's
I can't imagine you're caught up on Ms. Marvel if you haven't seen Obi-Wan.
No, right? I haven't seen it yet. So yeah, I probably will throw those on tonight as well because I'm very, very curious. Because this is a great little trial because Marvel can do no wrong, and they deliver superhero entertainment like nobody ever has. So, and this is a show with a superhero I do not know. I know of, but I do not know. So I'm kind of excited to be given, not that I knew the plot of like Spider-Man No Way Home or whatever, you know, I mean, I know who Spider-Man is, but I've got no anticipation or no, thoughts on this thing, and I'm very curious what it opens up in the universe. So no, I'm excited I finally get to watch a Marvel project with no opinions on it and just let the Marvel wash over me. So that's kind of exciting.
Cool. It's fun. It's very young and hip and funny. So it's not wrong to call it the Scott Pilgrim of the Marvel Universe.
Okay, yeah. Which is a brand new style for Marvel. They're doing something different again. They've never made the same thing twice, no matter how many people say that.
Yep. Yeah, there is no such thing as the superhero movie.
No.
If you're Marvel.
No, and look at how people could not figure it out for years and years and years, and just like Marvel's acing it, and now we're complaining. Come on.
All right, yeah. I mean, there's more stuff I could talk about. I saw Jerry Maguire because I hadn't seen it in years. Again, this was the second time I saw it in 26 years, and it was great. So that second time, folks, if a movie is great, let it work on you that second time. Yeah.
Oh, you know what I saw in the hotel room? The whole day while I was preparing for E.T. and getting dressed and walk around the hotel room, it was Lethal Weapon 3 and 4 were on.
Yes.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, that might. Oh, actually, yeah. Okay, so thank you, Cam. The hotel movies were Lethal Weapon 3 and 4, and those are 3 is such a bad movie. Boy, that is such a bad. I mean, I love Lethal Weapon 1 and 2, and I'll watch this one because it's 2 episodes of the Lethal Weapon TV show, kind of, But what an odd, weird, not that great a movie, and I can't remember if 4. I didn't watch much of 4, but I watched most of 3. And boy, what a bad movie. On the plane, this was fun. On the way there, now, okay, this is a negative I'm going to say for not American Airlines, but what was the other one? United? I can't remember. But
that's another airline.
That's another airline. But unlike American Airlines, which gives you the access to like, here's 100 things, choose whatever you want to watch, which is amazing, technology. You can watch anything you want on American Airlines or Delta, I believe, as well. They just got the whole catalog. This one had satellite TV, and the only movie channels were like 5 dedicated movie channels that just ran the same movie over and over and over. So I didn't want to watch something I'd never seen Oh, no, I plugged in my headphones and it wasn't working. So whatever I was going to watch was going to be silent, and basically with the podcast or whatever. So I put on The Social Network, and it just looped over and over and over. I watched The Social Network like 3 times. I'm pretty much on the way there silently. So anyway, that was my travel viewing. That and Lethal Weapon 3, odd assortment.
Well, if it works, then without audio, then that's a pretty good movie.
Social Network, I guess, kind of does. Yeah, it's not the best silent film. It's no E.T. in terms of being a silent film, but
This is reality, Greg.
Next week we get on to Disneyland rides because we went there or in 2 weeks or whatever. I guess we'll have to give an update on whether we're doing a show on July 4th to see if Adam, or maybe I do it by myself. I owe you one. He's filled in for me every time I'm off doing something. If you've got your July 4th double feature, I can come on here and do some nonsense.
Yeah, I'll find out what time that is, and we could also pre-record the Disney thing. So I'll pull the footage of that, and we could do our rankings, and that could just be a segment that could run too. So
yeah,
but yeah.
All right. In the meantime, I think that's all the news that's fit to print for this week.
All right, good show.
Yeah, great week full of fun stuff. I was looking forward to getting on here and sharing it with everybody. Yeah. And outside of meeting John Williams, I recommend the other things that you could do if you wanted to. So, get out there and have fun and Karen like a beer.
Karen like a beer to you, Paul Tisney.
And a Karen Lager beer to you.